Hi, welcome back to the channel. Sadie's really tired. So we skipped a week on the video, but this week I thought I'd bring you the life and times of an amateur race director.
You're going in! 3, 2, 1, go!
She went swimming for the first time yesterday, so you can look forward to that in future videos. So yeah, I thought this week I would just bring you along on all the last minute things I have to do for this fundraiser 5K race that I am trying to organize for this Saturday. So what I'll start with is what has already taken place in the weeks, and I don't think it's really even been 2 months since I first started planning. Usually I plan these a lot further in advance, but it was kind of a last minute asking our FCA director. Her name is Kayla. She's awesome. You'll see her probably at some point in this. Asking her, hey, is there anything you want fundraised for? I like planning races. And she said yes. And so our race is being used as a fundraiser to send student athletes to summer camps, those that might need a little financial assistance. They can apply for scholarships and things like that. So the website I like to use is rundisney.com. And back when I planned a fundraiser 5K for our cross-country team when my kids were running, I did a little bit of research on the different websites you can use to sign up for races, and that one was the best, mostly because if people sign up in groups, your processing fee goes down, and you can pick whether the participant pays the fee or you just take the fee out of their registration cost. I opted to set it to where the participant pays the processing fee, so that the majority, or pretty much all of the actual registration costs, which we set at $25 per person, would go straight to our cause. Most people don't mind that, especially for a fundraiser race. And I love the website. It's so easy to use. So if you ever want to plan a race, go with rundsignup.com. It's so easy. So of course after that, we picked a date, had to come up with a race logo, and my stepdaughter does computer graphics, so I asked her to help us out, and she made this beautiful race logo. Hi, Sadie. And we got t-shirts made. Now these I actually just picked up not too long ago, but that's one of the things that I do on the registration site is I say, please register by a certain date in order to guarantee your shirt size, because I have to give turnaround time to get the shirts back for the race. But I was very pleased with our logo, so she did that for me, so that was great. Since this was just our first year doing this FCA thing, and we might do it again, and I'll revisit how to do sponsors for the race. Basically our quote-unquote family business sponsored our shirts, so that the shirt cost didn't have to come out of the registration fee, and like I said, all that money can go towards our cause of sending student athletes. So I won't show you the back, just because it does have my stepdaughter's name on it, but we have logos on the back of the shirt for our quote-unquote sponsors. Our family business, her photography logo's on the back of the shirt, and you like the shirts? Yeah. And some other people that are helping us out with items for the race. And what I'm doing for place prizes, since this isn't like a race where we're like really competing, I already know that we have a lot of people that are coming just out to support, and they'll be walking the course. I'm doing dessert prizes. What's the word? I asked my mom, and I'll be making some too, and some ladies from our church to make some just different desserts that are first, second, and third place. Well, hopefully first, second, and third. If I only have enough for first place in each of the age categories, that's what I'm doing. They can pick a yummy dessert that has been made. And then I also am just using some of my own funds to get some breakfast items and some coffee and things like that to have for spectators and runners / walkers to have the morning of. Okay, let's see, what else have I done? Oh, advertising. We have a Facebook page. I've been putting it up on Instagram. That's the one thing I'm really terrible at. So leave a comment on this video if you have any suggestions for advertising for a race. Because, you know, I have it on the Run, obviously Run Sign Up has it on there. Put it out on Facebook. I tried to put out flyers. You know, word of mouth has always been the best. But, you know, I'm terrible at advertising. So if you have any good ideas for that, please leave a comment. Also leave a comment if you've ever put on a race like this on how to do sponsorships. If it's just easier to ask people to cover the cost of an item like I did, or just give monetarily and then you just use whatever funds you have, that type of thing. So that kind of brings us up to speed to where we are right now, the Monday before the race. I'm getting ready to go downstairs and go through all of my signs that I had from the last race that I did to make sure that I have what I need for our course. Oh, that's something else. As I'm walking downstairs, I'll talk about this. My dad and I, which you've seen in a previous video, we went out and measured out a course at the place that we were going to have, where we are going to have the race. And that was another thing, is getting a location. You know, I called that county's recreation department and made sure that they knew I was going to be having a race, or, you know, asked permission to have a race that day. And then if I needed to pay anything to reserve the pavilion. Well, that ended up not being a thing because the pavilion that we were going to use is not going to be, oh sorry, just turning off lights, it's still going to be under construction, but they said, well, we could move around picnic tables in that area and it'll be fine. So we measured out the course was good, we ran it several times, and I was a little concerned about bottlenecking in one part, but we think it'll be okay. We'll just give really good safety announcements on how, you know, walkers stay to the right and runners go to the left. So anyway, so now I'm going to go through all of these signs. Let me show you. I'm in our spare bedroom, so there's all kinds of junk in here, but I've got these signs that I've made from last race, so we're going to go through. Fortunately, I pretty much have the course memorized by now to make sure that my arrow signs, there's my start sign, my arrow signs, that I've got enough for what I need. So this is why I'm doing this Monday. I realized I need to paint one more arrow for a specific direction that I was one arrow short. So we're gonna do that right now. Wednesday. Hopefully this is not as loud as I think it is. I started making my desserts last night. I did 2 batches of just chocolate chip cookies, and now I'm gonna make these Reese's peanut butter cookie dough cookies. So haven't really done much since I was last on here preparing for the race, but today I'm gonna be doing a lot to prepare for the race. I'm gonna get as much of this baking done as I can for, you know, the muffins for pre and post race, and then my contribution for the desserts. And I can show you this. I've got a little setup going over here. I'm gonna start assigning bib numbers and packing bibs with shirts. I've set out my shirts for my volunteers, and those are my tins for my desserts. And I think I might need to make some more. I'm going old school popsicle sticks with numbers like I've seen them do at cross-country races. For when people come through the finish, I'll just mark what place, and I'm gonna have their names organized by their age groups on my list. So that is where we are. Oh, and also, because I was up early this morning with the dogs, I started to make an outline for what I want to say before the race, as far as thank yous and course safety and announcements and things like that. I don't know how big these cookies are supposed to get. So I don't know how far to put the card. I think they're supposed to be small. Oh. So that is what we are doing today. Today's Thursday. We're getting ever so much closer to race day. I have a batch of brownies in the oven right now that are just about done, and then I got 2 more desserts to make. Very thankful for a lot of my choir family from church that made all kinds of different sweets and desserts to use as my place prizes, so that's super exciting. So today the plan is to finish making all of my desserts. I'm gonna start putting the bibs and the shirts for the people that are already registered, put those together. I'm meeting my volunteers this afternoon out at the start finish to give them their shirts and talk about what I need them to do. And yes, I think that is all for today. At this point, I actually messaged our FCA leader for the area. I told her that between just people who donated, that there's a donate button where you could just donate, not register for the race if you just want to donate to the cause. Between that and people registered so far, we've already reached $1,000, so that's super exciting. Yeah, so I'll bring you along with my task today. This is probably how I'm gonna feel tomorrow after the race. So we've reached Friday. It is a little after 9 right now. I've already made my last dessert today. As you saw, I got everything out of my freezer that needs to defrost for tomorrow, and I have everything else still in the fridge. Brought signs up, starting to kind of gather things, and later this evening I will load up the car, but right now I'm gonna try to sit down and write my outline for the pre-race announcements or whatever. So and then here in a little while we're gonna go pick up the cooler and the food that our local grocery store was so generous to donate to us. And yeah, that's pretty much the outline for today. It's just to get everything in my car and hopefully it'll all fit. Spooky! All right. Hey, Dad, come here. Man, that's really... It seems really bright to me. Okay, you can't... There he is. Hi, it is a little after 6 a.m. And we're out here at the dog park to put up race signs. Right here, race signs. Yay.
Hey, race
Ta-da!
signs.
So, yes, I got up at 5. And I thought it'd be a little bit more light to do this, but I'm glad Dad brought a flashlight. So, happy race day.
I run into that, and when I'm putting signs up for.
Yay!
That's some of the best sign placement I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you, Dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hello.
All right, we are basically set up. We've already had a snafu with getting coffee, so that's slightly annoying, but yeah, we're kind of ready when I want it to be. It's about 7:05 right now. I still have one more sign I need to put on course, which I might send that guy to go do.
Everybody came back, right?
Yes.
That's what I would have picked.
I looked at everything up there. I'm like, wow,
Okay. Please eat the food that's over there, so I don't have to bring it home. And bring it as long as you like. And thank you guys for coming out. I really have no idea what my hair looks like right now, but this is a really pretty rose bush that we haven't planted yet. So closing out this little planning a 5K vlog, I think it went okay. We had a little coffee snafu, so I wasn't able to actually have coffee there for people, but I know how to fix that for next year if we do this again. And people seemed favorable that they'd like to do it again. So other than that, everything else seemed to run fairly smooth. So I'm pleased with that. So coming up next week, and we'll be taking the majority of the summer, is I found another race to train for in July. So we're gonna call this 5K training take 2, since I wasn't able to finish my training plan last time because of my ankle. So 5K training take 2, and then of course we have all kinds of fun summer trips and things planned, so that'll be fun. Always remember that you are God's masterpiece, and I'll see you for 5K take 2 next week.